Simon Sarrazin. So, just in few words, can you tell me more about you?
Well, I'm coming from Lille, north of, and I'm working on the specific thematic of commons. So commons are this idea of project that we develop together and that community can manage and open to anyone. And that's what it comes from free software, because it's free software developed lots of tools today to manage the open source code. And lots of things now that are coming from free software can be used for other commons, like a place or our co-working place is a place managed together. And in free software, we work a little like that, with the possibility for any contributor to implement the place and be able to manage it. We get lots of documentation about how we develop this. But it's just showing shop fee, bakery.
Bakery, interesting to speak about commons. So, do free software, open software development?
It's inside this commons term is global. Free software or free places or free bakery.
Yeah,
and the free software is the most advanced in this term, and has a lot to learn to more older commons.
Okay, and so do you have a concrete example of a command that perhaps you built with other person? Or?
Well, maybe our co-working place. It has been developed together, and that nobody has proprietary on anything of these shared places. And we got an open governance, and we have a way of working that is, I think, a little different from most of companies or NGO, as any guy can come and it's really open to anyone, and any guy can start. Any people can start developing the project, adding new features in the place, like a kitchen, like a bakery inside the place, or making things as you want.
Very interesting to manage a commons good, I think.
Yes.
And how does it call?
We call it
the place.
It's a La Coroutine.
La Coroutine. Okay, and you spoke about governance of the commons. And for example, in this case or other case, how do you think or modelize this governance? It is concrete or perhaps more theoretic for the moment? Or?
But in global projects, I think we need a governance that is open to anyone, where people can speak, can write about the problems, and so we can get discussion, not only online discussion and you have to take a decision in 1 hour or just in time, but discussion with lots of time to get the text about the discussion, to be able to write about it, to get people finding solutions. So I think we need a governance like that, and that's what we have in the coroutine. We really have a specific way to make decisions, as we are using an open source software. His name is Logio, and anyone who wants to do something in the place can ask for it. So people can say yes, I'm agree, no, I'm not agree, but you have 1 week to discuss about it before the decision is taken.
Okay.
These are ways for us, that's a way to get a dynamic way to manage the place.
Okay, and so you don't have how do you say weekly meeting to discuss about the place?
We never have global meetings.
Okay.
We always discuss on this platform, And but maybe because it's a co-working place, so people can speak about lots of things every time. We eat together every day, so we have discussion about all the problems. So
Yeah.
we don't have lots of problems. But when we have big decisions, we can take it with this platform. For example, a guy wanted to buy for 500 euro a new thing in the meeting place, and he just put on the board this, and if anybody say no, well, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's practical decision methods. And okay. And more globally about governance around actor in open source or commons. Can you tell me more about it?
Well,
I will explain more my question. Like there is something to regulate people that can come and say this common good. I take it and use it as I want, or there is rules inside. There is perhaps a code to regulate it. Or
yes, we absolutely need codes around the commons. So we absolutely need to know what is exactly the code of a project, not only the technical code, but also the governance code. So some guys say that it's the social code of a project, where we can know exactly what is a governance, how it is applied, what wants the people using the common to do with it, what are the rules, and we need to know it. We need to be able to get information about it, and this information is this social code must be done in an open way, and you must be able to edit it, adapt it always. So it must be alive.
It's not a fixed
thing. So you need places where you can easily, for example, on GitHub, or easily update your project status, project roles and codes.
It's you have to realize it with the open continuity. So
yes,
everybody can take it and say it will be better with another thing, or we have to modularize it.
Yes, and you have to check that you also must organize things. For example, if business is done around the commons, how to make it in a good way, and you need to look at that. For example, if just the most contributors guy in the commons got aside from this all the business, because he's most on the flash of the camera, and because he's really because he's the first one, so anybody know that it's him, and so we get all the contract with his business. Well, it's important for him to find a way to get back to the community, because it's with the community that we get the notoriety. And, so we need to manage how business is done around commons. We need to manage how the money is distributed around inside the common. So if you get money to develop a project and you want it open, how you do that? It's really difficult to.
That's an interesting point, because I have two other questions. The first is about and it's a parallel between these business models and open source models. And the first is, how do you know or how do you measure the effort on the community which contribute to this common
and you pay them, and you
yeah, or no, no, not how you pay them, but how you realize, this man have done this work, it represents an effort, and this effort is an amount of money. On another, because there is a lot of different competencies inside a project or a common value. Do you have tools or models about it?
But we are trying lots of models so that we can get a way to evaluate the contribution of people in the project. And one of these models that I like a lot is a model where people decide by themselves what is the value of the contribution. So it's any guy working on the project will say at the end of the week, well, I take 10, 30, 50, $100 this week for what I've done. So it's already a free way to distribute money. So I'm trying a lot to use that. So you don't need to evaluate each contribution. You let people evaluate themselves and take the money about that.
And perhaps a community regulation after
with the transparency, yes, because it's transparent, because only one can see who's taking what, the money of the project. So people are already regulated. But I don't have a way to evaluate the contribution of people. And maybe in software it's possible because you can see how many hours you're working on a project.
Yeah, so the effort estimation.
Yes, but in a co-working place, you can't evaluate the guy that has taken the beans or that has cooked the picture. It's too difficult.
Effectively,
sometimes some guys would like to pay just to cook because for them it's cool and they will learn things as we pay for to learn cooking. When you come and you contribute, you also learn a lot. So you pay. So it's too difficult to evaluate.
Okay.
So we let people evaluate by themselves.
Interesting concept. Okay, and so thank you for this answer. And my second question is there a link between commons and business economy?
Well, there are links. There are lots of links. Of course, like in free software, there are lots of companies working around the software. But today, most of companies they use an open source platform, but most of companies will not give money for this open source project. So
how company does so? If they don't give money, they don't participate.
Most of them don't. Sometimes they just participate by giving some free software. So maybe they will create a new module, so they will open source it and give it to WordPress or an open source project.
Okay.
So that's most of the economic model of commons today is a little like that. But we also have to think about other ways to do it. So for me, when there are business working around the common, we should help them to give back some money. For example, in our co-working place, we get some consulting contract with countries that wanted us to work for them to develop co-working place as the one we developed. And in place of La Coroutine to become a consultant, we decided not to engage La Coroutine because La Coroutine for us it is just a co-working place. But to make this contract with collectivity, with the country, one guy in the place worked as a consultant, but it could be any consulting firm. But what we asked for this consulting company, for this guy, it's to give money back, make a donation of maybe 10 or what you want, but 10% or 20% for the place, because it's with the place that you get the contract, and it's because we created together this knowledge, this value, and that's with this value that he can win money today. So we ask him to give a part, and in exchange of that, we will show him as one of the business that can work with us.
Okay.
And that is able to do it in a good way. because this makes a lot of publicity for him. So he thinks that with this information, he will want to be, he will be able to give to the commons. So we start getting money in commons, and we also can make business around working.
Yeah, okay. But so I see in this system, the trust is a major key.
Trust and transparency.
Yeah.
And yes, trust, transparency, and open process. Open process is like trust and transparency.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. It's for you the 2 or 3 key to continue in an open process and avoid that a common good is becoming I don't so like nightmare because there is in one time the unlink of the person.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I asked all my questions.
Thank you.